Hey everyone, I've loaded up the Fire mixing project. We'll also have a look at the original writing session and got some interesting demos for you. So join me as we look at the production for Fire. In 2003 we were doing a songwriting session, and that's when the Fire started. It's a really cool moment because you hear Regan playing this 2-note riff, which then Hamish starts doing. And then it was Joy's time to improv some vocals, so let's see what she did.
Can you feel it? There's a fire, oh it's burning in my soul, hard-coded.
We had the start of the song right there. In songwriting sessions like this, you're just spitballing ideas. This is the moment where Joy came up with the idea that would become the chorus.
There's a fire, feel the fire.
I really liked this idea, so the next day I put together a little demo that ended up being quite rocky.
Can you feel it? There's a fire, oh it's burning in my soul, it's taking over, can't contain it, hold this I can't control.
Let's now take a look at the final mix project and we'll break down section by section. So the song starts with the guitar. What you might not have heard is there's actually an octave lower guitar mixed in with that. One thing I like to do is when a guitar is sliding to pan it. And of course the first thing you hear from the vocals is Joy's favourite word.
Hey!
So verse 1 kicks in, we've got the drums doing their cool groove. We recorded the drums in the Richmond New Life Hall, which has got a really big sound to it. Solo these room mics. And with the drums, to give them a bit more punch and attack, I layered some extra samples on top. So the drums, as Hamish played them, and then with the extra samples on top. In the second half, we have this cool guitar part that Drew played with a slide. That takes us to the pre-chorus. Usually if you're bringing it down, you drop down to just guitar or keyboard, but it's really cool to do it with bass, because the bass just keeps the riff going, but we've got all this room to now build. I love stacking vocal layers, and an extra layer you can do is a whispered layer. It's not something you often record, a dynamic whisper. At some point someone in the band mentioned, why isn't there the sound of fire in here? And so I added this fire sound here along with a riser to just really build that tension. That takes us to the chorus, and we have a 3-part Caitlin harmony.
There's a fire.
When recording the vocals, we do a take where the vocalist just improvises and does a bunch of ad-libs. And Caitlin did this really cool one, which goes so well in the chorus. But in the second chorus, it's slightly different. The chorus is also where the keyboard finally comes in. That takes us to verse 2, where to build it up a bit more, we've got this pulsing synth. There's also these really cool guitar sound effects like this one that builds into the stop. I love the second part of the verse where Joy's really singing intensely.
Catch a flames, no restraints, no more holding all the pressure to your brain, Time is coming and the world keeps running, so give it all you've got, and it's burning up, burning up, burning up.
And then that hard cut to when it's really soft. One of my favorite instruments is the string orchestra, and I seem to find a way to fit that into pretty much every song I do. The second pre-chorus is where they come in. It just makes it so much more dramatic. I also love this transition into the second chorus here with the guitars. I just ran a tremolo on this guitar part Drew did, and it just has a really cool sound to it. In the second chorus, I love this vocal bend that Joy does here. It's like a crying out sort of sound. And of course, you get some harmonies on it.
Fire!
When I did the demo for Fire, I just had the guitars doing standard power chords, which Drew did here. But when we played it as a band, Drew did these really cool guitar chords. Together, it makes this really fat guitar sound. And then you add the guitar leads on top of that. We struggled with this bridge section the most out of the whole EP. It went through the most rewrites. And so let's just have a look at some of these demos to see how much it's changed since the original.
For the longest time you felt afraid, but seasons changed and the night fades.
That one felt like it was really dragging. Nah. So a few months later, we came up with this version.
For the longest time you felt afraid, but the seasons change and the night fades. Open your eyes, see the light. Oh, here it is.
Again, this doesn't really sound recognizable because Joy ended up changing all the lyrics. A few months after that, we got this version.
A little flicker, I was staring deep within me. Oh, we're taking my heart breaking, can't stop rising. Cause for so long I've held to the fear what I thought that I would be. Do you see me? Do you get me? Yeah. Oh God, I say now the fire.
One thing Joy really wanted to do was this high note at the end. Instead of putting that in the lead vocal, we put it into the backing vocals. And I just love Joy and Caitlin's vocal, both of them screaming it out. So cool.
Fire!
There's this really cool ascending choir part that we got Caitlin to sing, which helps build the bridge section. That takes us to the final pre-chorus where things get a bit crazy. In the recording session, Caitlin just did some ad-libs over this, and we got this really cool part here, which I love.
The fire! The fire!
It's really cool to hear Caitlin sing with that type of attitude. In this section, the drums are quite distorted and filtered, which gives it a really cool sound. To make it really intense, I added some string and brass effects. There's also this really cool guitar run that builds at the end of it. But in the recording session, we thought, Nah, I can't be bothered, so that's just MIDI guitar. Since it's sort of buried in the mix, it doesn't really matter, and it helps build, and we didn't waste hours trying to nail the take. I also love this vocal riser that Joy just did. It's so intense. And that takes us to the final chorus, where everything is just as big as it can get. Heaps of harmonies going. This is where we have the 3-part guitar lead. And this is where the brass and extra synths come in to just really make it punch and as big as possible. For the demo, I had the drums on the crash cymbal for all the choruses, and I didn't like the sound of Hamish's one, so we recorded him playing the drums and pretending to hit a cymbal, and then I added a nice sounding cymbal in post. So this is what he played here. And then I added this crash cymbal. It's a weird way to do drums, but it works really well and sounds really cool. And then for the ending, we've got these cool guitar layers. Utter chaos. And I love these little extra parts that Joy added. And to top it off, a bunch of sound effects, because why not? This song is out now on all streaming platforms, and if you go to our website, you can download the individual stems for the song. Make sure you check out the rest of the album, Brighter Future, out now.